Hi, everybody. My name is Jessica. Just let me get everything all set up. Okay. All right. So I'm the owner of Drawnby, my brand. And I actually started my business 2 years ago in Singapore. Basically, my business revolves around art and creativity, helping kids to understand a little bit more about how they can use their imagination and creativity to entertain themselves, together with parents' help, of course. And we've actually created a product in Singapore, which we would really love to share with you today. So this is just something that I drew. Hi, everyone. Yeah, and it's our basic product. It just very quickly erases with a regular wet wipe. And I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about this today. So our coloring sheets are actually made of silicone. These are really hardy and durable. They stretch all the way with no effect on them at all. Just put them back there. And they are actually proper table mats. Now, these days, we actually have kids who, you know, they are very attached to their television. Their iPads, and I came up with when I actually had my own two children. I have two boys, 3 and 5 years old, and they are really rambunctious. They run around a lot, you know, they run circles around us. And sometimes you really just want them to calm down with something that isn't a screen-based activity. So I was actually drawing, you know, a long time ago, and I had friends who asked me to draw stuff for them. I drew pictures like this, where you have a whole bunch of animals and, you know, big blue, a whole bunch of sea creatures, and even space adventures. So you have like a whole bunch of like different characters and stuff. And these actually were not a business idea when I first started. They were just things that I doodled to get rid of my stress and to while my own time away, you know, mommy time away from the kids. And I actually posted these up on Facebook a long time ago, and I had a bunch of friends that asked me whether I could print these out for them on a piece of paper so that they could actually pass these to their own children to color, or even for their own selves to color. And I didn't know what to do with this. I was very shocked and surprised by all the interest in my drawing, because I've never actually thought that my drawing was very wonderful or things like that. And I sat on the idea for a really long time. I was pregnant with my second child at that time, and push come to shove, history has been made, and we actually created these into a product which we are now able to share with everybody. So just to share with you a little bit more about the mats again. So this is what the actual one would look like. Okay, this is a 30 cm by 40 cm table mat. It's made of food grade silicone. It's heat proof up to 220 degrees, and as I said, it's really durable, and it jumps right back into the original position. You can actually just wrap them up. So what we do is that we just pack them up into a little bag, and they come with a full set of markers. Markers with our logo on them as well. Yeah, and you can bring them wherever you go. And our markers are actually quite exciting. Our markers are whiteboard markers. We've actually tested them quite extensively to make sure that they are safe for your children, in addition to the mats themselves. They're all tested by FDA. They're tested in Singapore as well. They're tested by TÜV for EU standards to make sure that they are 100% safe for your children to use. So our markers are, like I mentioned, they're actually whiteboard markers. Just regular whiteboard markers with oil-based inks, but we've tested them to make sure that they are also easy to rub off on your hands. So if you just see there, this is just a regular marker. Yeah, like a little heart. And you can leave it on, and you can color on the mats as well. And then with a regular wet wipe, like I showed you earlier on, these are just our regular wet wipes that you can purchase, you know, wherever you go. Every standard mommy's kit, you're probably gonna have one as well. Just a little bit of wet wipe, and it comes off really easily. So you can use these over and over and over again, and it's really wonderful for the environment, especially if you want to, you know, help your kids to learn about something in particular. Like this one is actually one of our most popular designs. We learn about the different creatures in the ocean, and we've actually had divers come up to tell us that, you know, I'm really surprised that you had stuff like, you know, sea urchins and, you know, sea cucumbers and things like that, which you wouldn't normally see in, you know, your regular underwater pictures. And because I have kids, I've also been able to experience what it's like to learn through their eyes. So because I run my own business, I'm actually a one-woman show. My kids help me with photo taking. You can actually hit to our Instagram to see quite a number of our photos that we posted up there. And majority of the kids that you'll see there in our advertorials are my children. Yeah, so they would actually come up with different ideas when I pass them these mats to sit down with during dinner time. You know, they're great for traveling, like even in the car and the plane back then when we could travel pre-COVID. These would be something really great to just, you know, bundle up and carry along with you so that your kids will have something to entertain them. And like I said, easy on skin. I left this on for a little while already and it's off, entirely off. Perfect on skin, wonderful to use in the bathrooms as well, on the walls. If you use them, like they're whiteboard markers, so you can put them on glass, on tile. Be careful with fabric, but you can actually use them wherever you go. And you know, it is really a wonderful way to help them to learn. So like what I was saying, my children have been advertising for me, and when I pass them these mats to sit down with during dinner time, or you know, to just entertain themselves, they've actually come up with their own games. It's not just about the coloring, which obviously helps children with their motor skills, their cognitive skills, where they're learning about what goes on in a particular design. They are also learning, you know, what can I do within this particular mat? So my children actually will tell me stuff like, oh, the shark is really dangerous, you know? The shark is really dangerous. So let's draw a cross over the shark. Like, you know, what items can you see at the bottom of the ocean? And they'll circle stuff for me. And then they've also started to learn how to count. So they'll tell me, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, so many bubbles here, and they'll count and count. And it's really amazing to see, in a sense, like how their creativity and imagination will take them when they've actually sat down with something, with this kind of mental stimulation. So when they sit down, if you're trying to find a way your children, it's also good to find something that they enjoy. So basically, we have a number of different designs, like I mentioned. It's not just pictures like, you know, the space adventures and things like that, but we've also come up with recently learning mats. So our learning mats, like let me just find a picture for you, come out like this. So especially for like the 2 and 3-year-olds who are learning how to draw and write, like ABC 1, 2, 3. Yeah, these are great ways to incorporate art and creativity into their learning as well. And it's, like I said, it's not just about the coloring, but also the learning. So we've also included certain things here which you can use to help them to learn. And like we said, we have actually been growing a lot in the last 2 years. The business is really young. We've come up with a number of other things that we can also use to teach the children as well. Like we have a house mat. So you'd actually realize that this is pretty plain in comparison to the ones that you saw a little bit earlier on. But you can use your own imagination and creativity to draw whatever you want inside, like our Draw My House mat. So our house mat also comes with a little booklet. So our little booklet is a prompt booklet. Sorry, this is the wrong one. Oops. Yeah. So this is Draw My House mat, the booklet that comes with it. It's a prompt book. So basically what you can see is the different rooms of the house. You'll see like, you know, sofas, you know, toilets, bedrooms, things like that. And it's a really good way to help kids to learn what is in the world around them, and also to translate that, not from only what they see, but onto a blank canvas. So our mats are made of really thin silicone. As you can see, they're really hardy, but you can also trace. So you can also copy a little bit of whatever you have on a piece of paper and, you know, write it out there. And then, you know, it's not just about copying everything that you see inside the prompt booklet, but also to use your own imagination. Like, you know, what do you have at home? Does your sofa look like this? Does your chair look like this? What else do you have inside your bedroom? And, you know, just using your imagination and creativity to express that on paper in a sustainable, reusable, portable way that isn't a regular coloring book or piece of paper and color pencils that you bring around. So, these are also all drawn by me. I'm not a technically trained artist. This is really something that I did on my free time, but it has expanded into a business where I am able to help kids and parents find a way to bond together over art and creativity, and that has brought a lot of happiness and satisfaction to me doing this, and I hope that you find these items helpful to you as well. So as I mentioned, we've also been growing a lot. We've been slowly expanding into a whole bunch of other things. So one of the things that we wanted to do is that we've actually come up with fabric items. So this is actually a stationery case with a lovely handle, as well as a nice black aesthetic sit. You can actually color on these, yeah. If you want them to be washable, you can actually use fabric markers. If you use your Drawnby markers, like the ones that we have here, these would be permanent. So you can actually create and personalize and make them whatever way you want. And this is what it looks like inside. You can fit the full set of 14 colors that we provide in our sets that you can purchase. The full 14 colors fit in there with a lovely rainbow elastic band. You can also put 3 mats. My big blue mat goes right in the center there. I pulled it out for you earlier on. You can fit 3. I'm pretty sure you can fit more. It's quite stretchy with the elastic here. And we also put in other bunch of stationery as well. Like if you've got a school-going kid, 3 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, starting primary school next year, you want to get something that you know, expresses their creativity and, you know, helps them to organize their things when they're going to school. The stationery kit is also really, really helpful for that. You can put all your color pencils, your markers, your, you know, pencils, rulers, liquid paper, and all that kind of thing. You can put them all on the side, along with a writing pad, calculator, and whatever else you need on the other side as well. And it's easy to carry around. Yeah. So we've also come up with like a number of other items. We've had a lot of parents, especially, of course, looking at these items, and what they are looking at is also party favorites. So we've got small mats. So these are the same material. They're stretchy as well. They're coaster size, so that these are 10 by 10 cm. And we have, as you can see, a lot of different designs that you can actually pick from. So if you've got a theme party going on and you actually want to get something that is a bit creative and also reusable, and you want to gift these to your kids' friends, these are also a wonderful gift, and they come with 4 random colors so that you don't have to worry about, you know, picking out markers elsewhere to, you know, encourage your children to, your kids and your kids' friends to use their imagination and creativity to color and do different things. Yeah. So moving on, I also wanted to share with you something that we came up with a little bit earlier, which is our bandana, our fashion bandana. If you see this, this is also our big blue design. It's a long scarf-like looking thing, which we actually did right before the period of COVID. So this is very simply, yeah, it's just a fashion bandana, which you can wear in very many different ways. You can bring it down, wear it as a scarf, put it on the back of your hair as a bandana. And we have a number of different designs that you can actually see how to wear them. Yeah, you can even wear them just around the hand accessory as well. You could use them actually as a mask. There's a small little pocket here, which we've actually put in the PM 2.5 filter. Now, I know the government has actually said that you can't use these as proper bandanas, but once the COVID is over, you can actually just use these as, you know, fashion accessories, which is lovely for you as well. So similar to our stationery case, these are also as fabric items. You can also color them because, you know, they are little pictures. So if you wanted to personalize a portion of like your bandana, you can just grab like a set of markers and, you know, color them in. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hit quickly to the question section because we are somewhere halfway. Yeah. I can't really see the full name, but to the first person who asked me a question like what age range do I recommend these for? These mats are honestly suitable for any age range. I mean, my brand is called Drawnby. Jessica is me. The designs are all drawn by me, and basically it doesn't matter what age you are as long as you enjoy art and creativity. Even before your kids can hold a marker, you know, there's different ways that kids hold markers. They hold in a pencil grip, they hold them like, you know, in a very rudimentary way, you can still use these mats as a table mat because they are food safe and they are washable and they're dishwasher proof. So even if you're not coloring and using the mats as a writing material, you can also use them as a table mat to entertain your kids while they are eating. Just, you know, like pointing out, like, this is, what is this, and you know, what drinks would you like to have? We have a local one as well. Very popular during Chinese New Year if you want to impress your guests with like a whole bunch of like locally created coasters. Yeah. And we have actually a number of people who have come up to us and asked for the mats for their grandparents because of dementia, Parkinson's moving in. They want their grandparents to actually get back into the scheme of using their hands and their motor skills. It is a good way to train concentration as well as focus and also get those muscles in your hands moving. So it really doesn't matter what age. I have teenage schoolgirls who actually love coloring and they use the mats to relieve stress. I have a lot of parents when they receive their parcels in the mail, they're like, oh, my kids are going to sleep. Now it's mommy's time to color. And I have office ladies who bring them to the office to protect their tabletops because it's they appreciate my designs, not to humble brag or anything. Yeah, so I would say that any age would go as long as your child loves to color and art, because a different range. What I would say is that if you're looking for something for somebody a little bit younger, you can look for the learning mats, which is the 1, 2, 3, the ABC that I showed you a little earlier on, ABC 1, 2, 3. If you actually take a look at some of our designs, right, you would notice that some of the designs are a little bit more dense than others. So, like, take for example our Dinos mat. Our Dinos mat is actually pretty big. So the space on the mats are wide enough for children who don't have that dexterity to color. So these are good for like the younger kids. And then you have our Castles and Dragons mat, which you actually see is chock full of things like the dragon, the princess feeding the sausage to the dragon, there's like a wizard, a knight, and all these sorts of things in. So, if you've got kids with that imagination, you can ask them to create their own story based on what they see. And these are for the older children, like 6, 7, 8 years old. And they would love to imagine what goes on as they are coloring, not just for coloring activity, like I said. But of course, if you've got like a 12-year-old that loves dinos, what's stopping you as well? So it's art is something that is universal. I would say that it is really suitable for persons of any age. Yeah. Let's see. So the mats are not really very heavy. I'm just replying to Esther ID. So the mats actually come in a drawstring bag. Let me see. So they actually go in a little drawstring bag that comes with our little insert. Yeah, so a little bit of FAQ there, a little bit of how you can learn how to do stuff. And basically, like I said, we just fold the mat up. It's like a whole set of markers. And this little package here, if you put it into our drawstring bag, which comes with every single mat, whether or not you order with markers or without, and it just comes in a little drawstring bag like that, which you can carry on in your bag. And this is about 300 grams. It's really light, so it's easy to carry around. And like I said, you can actually put them into our stationery case and bring more along with you wherever you go, especially if you're going on traveling or staycations now as well. It's a really handy way to bring them around. A lot of parents just just put them into your handbag and stuff like that. So I actually prefer to put in the little coasters because I can fit more designs and more themes in my bag than a big mat. But of course, my children have seen my whole range. So I need to bring more stuff to entertain them when I bring them out. Yeah. So just moving on to the next question as well. Yeah. If anybody has any questions, please do go ahead to ask me so that I can help you a little bit more about the yeah. Basically, what we are trying to create with Drawnby and what we do with the brand is really to help people of all ages and children as well to access and tap into their imagination and creativity and get them away from screens. So we are really happy that we have actually groomed a very small following humble following of people that enjoy our designs and are actually waiting for us to come up with new things. Please do follow us on like the Instagram and Facebook, and also head to the website and see what we've actually coming up with. We are actually going to be doing a small pop-up booth starting from next week for the period of December. We're very blessed to be able to find a location to go, especially during this COVID period as well. So if you wanted to come and try and test things out, come and speak to me personally, say hi. Yeah, please do come and check out our details and you can find the information there as well. But for the moment, we're actually under the home and gift section. You can actually just click in and see our current promotional prices. Head to the website and the promotions are out there as well. And of course, don't forget your cashback and your lucky draw opportunities as well with Delegate. Leaving you, we have like just a little while more. I think another 5 or 10 minutes more. I'm just gonna show you the last thing that we've just launched, and I think you'd be very happy to see this. So we finally launched gift wrap options. These are exactly like a shopping paper bag. It's really big. You could just use these and fold them down, and when you're done, the reusable factor of these is that your kids can actually color them and keep themselves entertained and use these again for your next present somewhere down the line as well. They come in 2 different designs. We have the celebration one, which is a whole bunch of flags, and another one which is our presents. So very, very apt for Christmas, especially now. You can just put them in, color them in. This is a markers, and let's see. This is color pencil, so you can actually use whatever material you'd like to, entertain your children once they've actually finished unwrapping their presents. That's one thing. And lastly, also we've launched books. Yeah, this is a passion project of mine. I actually spent a really long time on these books, and I'm very happy that they have finally been printed. It's 100% authored, illustrated, and published by the company. And there are 4 titles: Chinese New Year, Christmas, Deepavali, and Hari Raya. So something very flavored and good for the kids to learn a little bit more about cultures, not only of their own but of others as well. So just as a sample of, let's show the Christmas one. So the Christmas one, yeah, it's just a very simple 26 pages, yeah, 26 pages of a simple story of what a typical person who celebrates Christmas might actually go through in Singapore. We have, introduction of the person who lives in Singapore and their family. And one of my favorite pages, which stems from my own childhood, is actually the picture of Orchard Road. Because we used to drive down in the car, walk down the avenues and see all the pretty lights. If you guys haven't gone to see this year's lighting, is, although it's a little bit more somber, it's still worth going with your kids because, they love stuff like that. And it's, you don't have that sense of wonder anymore when you're grown up, but it's the memories that count. And this is something that I've actually pictured in the book, which, I hope other people will enjoy and be able to relate to as well. Yeah. And basically you can color them in as well. They're coloring books with a story. So you can just pick up, your pencils, your pens, or your markers, even paints, and enjoy these titles together with your children, and remember what it's like to celebrate tradition and culture in Singapore with Drawnby. Yeah. So I do want to kind of share a video with you all, but I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that. The gift wrappers are actually made of regular paper. They are like shopping bags. Like, if you go to Metro, the paper bags, they are the same material, and it's actually really thick. Yeah, if I can show you the thickness of the paper, it's actually really hardy. Yeah. So you can actually fit 6 of our mats in here. So like I was saying a little bit earlier on, they're 300 grams together with the markers. If you can fit that in, it holds up to about 5 kg, I think. I've not tried, but it's a pretty robust bag, similar to what you actually find when you go to like a Metro or shopping mall in Singapore. They don't come in different sizes, I'm afraid. Currently, this is the only size we have, the really big one. Yeah, because we wanted to accommodate for the people who want to put really big presents inside. But that's a really good idea. Maybe we should come up with smaller ones as well. But for right now, we only have the singular size because they're very new launch. So we are really happy to actually bring this closer to everybody with that. Let me try and figure out how to share my video, because we've just made a corporate video to share with you a little bit more about how our business works. If not, if I can't seem to share it, you know what you can do? You can head to our booth in the home and gift section and just click on the videos actually uploaded there, and you'll actually see a very short clip of my kids plus my videographer's kids enjoying fun with the man and us actually taking pictures of them playing with the stuff. Yeah. So I'm really happy that everybody joined me today. Let me just see if there are any more last questions before I sign off, since I don't want to waste time trying to hunt to share my video since it's available on the booth. Just let me check if there are any more questions. Thank you, Sid, for the question about the gift wrappers. That's really a good idea. I should really start looking into smaller ones. Does anyone else want to ask me any questions before I sign off? I do really just want to thank everybody for, you know, stopping by to come and watch me talk to myself and to you on this webinar, and I hope that everybody has had a good time on Delegate's page. Do again follow the Instagram and Facebook, and check out the website. And if there's anything, I'm also available on chat for the whole of today until the event closes. And again, do take a look at where we're going to be for the month of December, and come down and see me in person, say hi, tell me where you met me on Delegate, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all again. Yeah, thank you.